We'll take a look now at the energy saver preferences, and here this is particularly variable depending on the type of device that you use. Now, here I have a choice of settings for a laptop that I happen to be using, and I can have one set of settings for when it is plugged in through the power adapter and another set of settings when I'm running on battery power. If I am using a desktop computer, not a laptop with a battery device inside it, I may also have a UPS, uninterruptible power supply, and I can have settings for that one too. Now, a UPS is a very important tool if you're using a desktop computer because what it does, it has a continually recharging battery inside it. And if the power fails, it senses the power failure and uses the battery power to shut down the computer in a systematic way. In order to do all of that, what a UPS does is it has usually a USB connection from your computer to the USB, and that is the connection that the computer monitors to make certain whether or not you are running on battery power. If it sees that you're running on battery power, then the computer can shut itself down, and you can use Energy Saver to determine how long it will take to shut down. You don't want it to shut down immediately. You usually have a window of, depending on the power of your UPS device, easily 5 or 10 minutes. That's what you want. You want one that's got enough battery power to give you 5 or 10 minutes so that you can take perhaps 2 minutes to run on battery power. And if you do that, then a momentary interruption of power is not going to cause the computer to shut down. If you lose power for 2 minutes or longer, you may want to set it at that point to shut down. A UPS device should not cost you a great deal of money. It should be very much under $100, and it is an essential part of a computer environment unless you are using a laptop. If you're using a laptop, it doesn't matter, you already have battery power. Now, on the uninterruptible power supply, you usually have 2 sets of outlets into which you can plug things. There are the battery backup outlets and outlets that just have power conditioning for them. You want battery backup for your computer, definitely, and if there are enough of them, your network hub and cable modem. Now, you may be in a situation where if you lose power, your cable modem will go out, but if you can support it with backup for a momentary interruption, that could be helpful. So computer, router or hub, and cable or any other modem to give you internet connectivity are essential. A scanner or a printer doesn't need to be on battery backup because by definition what you're doing with those devices you can manage to redo when power comes back up. If you have an extra outlet on your UPS device, it's not a bad idea to plug a small lamp into it so that if power goes out when it's dark outside, you will have some light. So computer, router or hub, modem, and if you have it, a small lamp. That should give you very good support for well under $100. You also should have, if you don't have a UPS, you should have a surge protector, and this will protect your devices from problems on the line. Be careful in buying a surge protector. Look for one. Most of them come now with labels that say if you use this properly, we will guarantee X amount of hardware from damage. My experience has been that something that guarantees $25,000 worth of hardware from damage, which is well under $50 in most cases, $25,000 of hardware damage is guaranteed by a surge protector. That's going to be strong enough. A surge protector that costs you only a few dollars and doesn't come with a guarantee is basically worthless for these purposes. It gives you extra outlets, but it's not really managing the surges properly. Now, the settings that you have for the power adapter or for the battery let you control what happens. For example, here the display is slightly dimmed when I am not plugged in. And as always with most system preferences, you can put the preference up here in the menu bar, which is useful because it can show you what the status is. You can also optimize in various ways whether you're going to use more energy or less energy, or get better or worse performance. And for most people, the Goldilocks setting, normal, right in the middle, is the best thing to do. Here we saw in looking at the screensaver the warning that the display sleep time was such that the screensaver would never be seen because the display would be sleeping. And we see this on the other side here. So you can deal with this warning on either side if you care about it. You can also schedule when the computer starts up each day or on certain days of the week and the time. One of the things that you might want to do is if you are running backups, you may want to run them at the end of the day and then run them and then have the device shut down after the backup. That you can do with backup software like Retrospect. One of the things that I like to do is to start up the computer very early in the morning, shut it down overnight, start it up early in the morning, and then run automated backups first thing in the morning, either in addition to or instead of nightly backups. In effect, it's the same because it's running during the nighttime hours, but it means that you can get all of your processing done overnight if you have backups, let's say for a FileMaker database. Those can be done, and then you run your backups to external devices in this way. And of course, if you're using Time Machine, then your backups are less frequent because they're automated and happen during the day. So remember that you can set the computer to automatically start or shut down in any of these modes at specific times on specific days. And those are the basic settings for the Energy Saver system preference.